Welcome to a new world of Danganronpa, and prepare yourself for the biggest, most exhilarating episode yet. Set in a psycho-cool environment, a new cast of 16 characters find themselves kidnapped and imprisoned in a school. Inside, some will kill, some will die, and some will be punished. Despite the familiar synopsis, which could even have fit the first game of the series, Danganronpa V3 Killing Harmony is a brand new game. The third in a series started in 2010 on Sony PSP and became a success even in the West. As I said, the basic premise is the same as the previous games. 16 new characters are imprisoned in a school and forced to play a killing game by a psychotic bear, Monokuma, assisted this time by his 5 cute cubs. However, there is one major difference between the games. This time the contestants have no choice but to take part to the game. If no murder happens, Monokuma will execute all of them. And so, another series of killings begins. The rules are unchanged. After a murder has taken place, the students must work together and investigate to reveal the culprit, called Blackened. If they can't figure out who the culprit is, then the Blackened will be released from the school while the remaining students are executed. However, if the students discover the truth, then the Blackened alone will be executed, and the remaining students will continue the game until only 2 players remain. These 2 will be the winners. Putting together a group of 16 good characters and writing an impressive story for the 3rd time, well, it's not an easy task. But Kazutaka Kodaka has done it. Despite a few less convincing moments, the story is terrific, and the new cast works splendidly. They are all very distinct entities, and no one ever outshines the others. The twists and turns of the plot keep the player glued to the screen, at times touched, angry, amused. A great success. And about the ending, well, no spoilers, but let's say that it is going to have a lot of people talking. It's easy to describe Killing Harmony's gameplay, since it is the same as the earlier games. V3 is divided into chapters, each with visual novel storytelling, first-person exploration of the school, free time, a murder investigation, and a trial. During the free time, you are able to explore the school to find the hidden Monokumas, collectible figures modeled after the evil bear, or pass time with the other students, which lets you get to know each character a little better. Every student has their own story, and by becoming better acquainted with them, you will gain friendship fragments to buy extra abilities that are useful during the trial. You can even give them a gift if you want. Giving the right gift will seriously impress them, so you'll want to choose carefully. And a good place to find such items is the Mono Machine, where you can spend the Mono coins obtained elsewhere during the game. Further on in the story, you will unlock a casino too, where you can find exclusive gifts and abilities. We now come to the investigation, which are very easy in fact. All you have to do is search everything and talk to everyone. After a while, Monokuma will call the class trial. Oh, the next part of the video is taken from the demo, so don't worry, it's spoiler-free. Each class trial consists of a collection of mini-games. The main one is a discussion between classmates called non-stop debates. Words from each character's argument float around the screen, changing direction and speed, and you have to identify the key phrase and shoot it with the right truth bullet, a physical manifestation of facts and evidence you found during the investigation, in order to refute or agree with them to move on to the next topic. This time, however, in addition to telling the truth, you can also try deception. Instead of using evidence or logic to solve something, you can lie about it. For example, you can take the truth bullet containing someone's lack of an alibi and turn it into a lie by claiming you saw them. There are some debates where you must lie, and other debates where you can choose to deceive or not, but it will still bring the same result. Other minigames include Hangman's Gambit version 3.0, The Mind Mine, a puzzle-style game in which you must destroy blocks to uncover images, The Psyche Taxi, where driving a car through a route to collect letters forms a question with a multiple-choice answer, The Mass Panic Debate, similar to the non-stop debate but with multiple students, The Debate Scrum, where two teams represent two contradictory opinions, and finally, The Argument Armament, a rhythm-style game. Each class trial ends with the closing argument minigame, in which the events of the murder are pieced together. 3 different bonus modes will be available to play after the ending. The Card Death Machine, a card dispenser from which you can collect cards based on characters from all 3 of the games of the series. Love Across the Universe, in which the protagonist can take other characters on dates, like in the other games, but thank God without the boring resource gathering this time. The Ultimate Talent Plant, a what-if scenario in which every character of the series attends the same school. By playing this, you can increase the level of your cards. And finally, the Despair Dungeon, a dungeon crawler with turn-based battles that use the cards you've collected. As you can see, there's a lot of things to do to reach the end, about 35 hours worth. But if you want to see everything, you can count on 50 to 60 hours. As with previous titles, Danganronpa V3 places 2D objects and characters in a 3D world. When entering rooms, the game shows the flat background images folding together while the objects and characters pop into place, like a diorama. Character designs are marvelous, with each character having their own distinct personality expressed through different clothes and hairstyles. The 3D presentation is less convincing, but still enjoyable. The music does a great job of enhancing the emotion. There are a number of songs with rather pleasant melodies that reflect everyday life. Then there are other tracks that use various tricks to create a sense of unease, with perfect timing of the transitions. The game features partial voice acting, with options for English and Japanese dubs. Every line during trials are fully voiced. Otherwise, for less important conversations, clips of generic responses play. I genuinely enjoyed the English voice acting, even if the cast consists entirely of actors who voiced other characters in previous parts of the series. For example, Katie has the same voice as Kyoko, Shuichi's as Leon's, Kokichi's as Fuyuhiko's. About the localization, just like with most translations, there are mistakes, compromises, and rewrites, but they did a good job in my opinion. As for the Japanese dubbing, unfortunately, due to her sickness, Nobuyo Oyama's voice for Monokuma has been replaced by Tarako Isono, but she does a good job as well. Danganronpa V3 Killing Harmony is another wonderful entry in a great series. Some may find it too expensive for a visual novel-style game, launching at €59.99 or $60, but considering the quality, the lengthy playtime, and the huge work of translation behind it, it is definitely worth it.